Your binge watching addiction is killing you. We all like to watch entertaining content sometimes, whether it's TV, movies, YouTube or TikTok. It's something we do to unwind, and sometimes we can find ourselves up to 6 hours into a binge watching session. But there are many ways that this negatively impacts our health and even reduces our lifespan. For example, a study showed that watching 4 hours of content a day increases your chance of death by 48%, and that's of all causes. It even showed that for every hour that you watch content, your lifespan is reduced by 22 minutes. But realistically, it's more like an hour and 22 minutes, because that hour that you just spent mindlessly consuming content, you're never getting it back. Binge watching was also shown to negatively impact your sleep, because you're constantly watching one episode after the other and you don't want to stop watching. In fact, 88% of adults in America have claimed that binge watching has ruined their sleep pattern. And Netflix does this on purpose. They release full seasons at a time, and at the end of every episode there's always a massive cliffhanger, causing you to want to watch on to the next episode and the next. And by the time you want to go to bed, you don't want to stop watching because of the cliffhanger that you just watched. You want to finish the entire season. You're not lazy, it's designed to keep you there. And Netflix's CEO even said that their biggest competitor was sleep. Entertaining content also stops you from achieving your goals because you're living vicariously through others. So rather than doing that workout or starting a business, you're just consuming this information, this useless information that won't get you anywhere. And because of that, it significantly reduces your intelligence, because this information is useless. It doesn't help you at all. But luckily, there are 4 main ways that you can reduce your binge watching. For example, the first one, the one that I'd recommend the most, is called a dopamine detox. Now, what does that mean? Well, dopamine is the feel-good chemical in your brain. Whenever you do something fun or when you feel joy, that's dopamine being produced in your brain. And when you're doing a really overstimulating activity like watching content or playing games, your dopamine levels reach really high levels, and this increases your baseline level as well to an unnatural level. And because of this, it makes it more difficult for you to feel joy and happiness. So we need to reduce that baseline level so that you can start feeling a natural level of happiness again. And that's where the dopamine detox comes in. Basically, it's where for a certain period of time, you take out anything from your life that gives you joy. So you'd stop watching content for a week or playing games. This basically brings your dopamine levels back down to a natural level. And that leads me on to my next point, meditation. Meditation basically trains the part of your brain responsible for self-control. So it gives you the ability to, rather than being pulled towards watching television, you can instead say, well, I don't actually want to do that because it's not productive. So you can choose to do something else, something better. Most people try meditation and they give up really quickly because they say, well, I keep losing focus and my brain keeps going off track. But what they don't understand is the point of meditation is that you're supposed to lose your focus and that you bring your focus back to the breath. That's how you train your self-control over time. And if you do this consistently, you'll be able to quit television or binge watching. And if you're addicted to watching videos on YouTube, you can download an extension to your browser called Unhook. This basically removes all the stimulating parts of YouTube. For example, the home feed, you can just remove that with this browser. So your home page will just be the search bar at the top and subscriptions on the left-hand side. So you won't get distracted anymore by random videos that pop up. And you also need to delete the apps that are causing you to binge watch. For example, if you're constantly watching Netflix and you want to stop, just delete Netflix. You don't need it anymore. If it's constantly there, you're going to click it because you'll be craving the stimulation. And same goes for TikTok if you're addicted to scrolling. There's no reason it should be on your phone unless you're making TikTok videos yourself. And if that's the case and you're scrolling anyway, then you need to meditate to improve your self-control. You also need to do the same for Instagram. Just delete it. You don't need it. So what do you spend your time on instead? Because, watching television is your whole life. Well, instead, you can focus on watching educational content or self-improvement content. For example, long, unedited podcasts. So there's Andrew Huberman or Joe Rogan, 2 examples. Their purpose is to educate you rather than just entertain you. And self-improvement content, things that bring you value and help you improve as a person. So examples of this are Ali Abdaal or Hamza. You can also spend this time on hobbies like exercising, playing an instrument or sports. For example, recently I wanted to learn how to play darts. So I went around to some local pubs and I asked, hey, do you have a darts team that I can join? I ended up joining one and I was able to meet new people and have fun playing this competitive game. It's a lot more valuable than watching content. You can also develop your skills like programming, video editing, or playing an instrument, learning a language, stuff that build up your character. You can read non-fiction books, specifically non-fiction, because if you're reading fiction books, it's no different to just watching TV. It doesn't bring value to your life, it doesn't teach you anything, and you're still just living vicariously through others. So make sure it's non-fiction. You can go for walks outside. I go for up to 50-minute walks every day. It gives you time to think. Like Bill Gates said, the best ideas that you have will be outside, never in the comfort of your own home. And also you can just clear your head. I like to listen to podcasts while I'm going out for a walk, so I can learn. This is the first of a long series of videos I'm going to be making about content addiction, because it's a very serious issue now in a world where everyone's consuming content rather than going out and living their life. And it's not talked about enough, and I'm going to be making it my mission to help people deal with it. So I hope this video helped you, and go out and live the dream. Goodbye.